What is up, guys? Menace Performance back here again with another video. This time we're going to be doing just a quick little update on the E90, what's been going on, why there hasn't been another video yet on it. And then after that, we're going to do a little DIY video on the rear seat delete that I did for this and how I did it for so cheap. So starting out with the E90, I would have had another video on it with the manifold and sizing it up and everything onto the block, but the problem is I was going to get the subframe out and get all the bolts out. I did make a little community update post about it if you want to see a better picture of that when the head snapped off. I was taking all the bolts out, all of them came off good. This middle one right by the motor mount decided that the head wanted to snap off. There's so much rust in here that basically what happened when you live in the Midwest, so much rust, especially inside a closed space like that, can swell something up. And essentially the bolt swelled up with the rust and formed itself one with this barrel and the subframe. This part is not actually threaded, only the frame is. So in theory, with no head on the bolt, this should just drop right out, but clearly that is not the case. Right here, as you can see, I do have a little hole through the subframe. I already have a new one. I got one for next to nothing, so nothing to worry about there. I will be having to cut this off. And as you can see, before you keyboard warriors jump into the comments and say, oh, I don't want to hear it. As you can see, I have that thing drilled all the way through. I was using Matco Hyperstep drill bits. This is a $500 set of drill bits. With that combined with cutting oil, pry bar, 5-pound hammer, 2 empty map gas torches, I mean, this thing does not want to come off. So essentially tomorrow be getting a diamond cutting wheel, and I'm just going to cut the subframe off, and then I'm going to leave, since there's only about an inch left of bolt in there, I'm going to cut it at that hole and just going to try and get focus on the little piece of subframe left, and essentially just try and work that off and then work the bolt off, because that's basically where I'm at right now. So that's pretty much all that's going on with that. Until then, I won't be able to make another video on that. Hopefully I'll be able to get that out tomorrow, and then I can proceed with mocking up the rest of the manifold. I already have the flange and everything cut off. I think I'm just going to have to weld on like an inch or so of runners on, or extensions onto the runners, just to clear the block here, just because these N50 floors are slanted like a motherfucker. Other than that, should be smooth sailing from there, hopefully. Other than that, let's get into the rear seat. All right, looking in the rear, we have this panel that I made for the rear seat delete, and I have it fully gutted right now in the rear. So I wanted to give a nice kind of finish to it. My mom actually gave me an idea with this faux suede for this to kind of give it a cool look, because I didn't want it to just be kind of bare metal, just kind of boring. And it's very light as well. It actually is kind of a press finish, or not a press fit finish, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really slide around on the base at all. It doesn't move, rattle. It's pretty nice. I was thinking about getting some latches, like rigging something up here to clip into the latches on either side. But for right now, I've driven with it before, and it doesn't rattle or slip and slide around. So I think it's great for what it is, and you can do this for under $50. So yeah, let's go inside and I'll show you how to make it. All right, guys, we're back inside. This is what the rear seat delete looks like outside of the car. Looks pretty sweet, especially with the nice faux suede on it, since it's actually got some movement to it, some motion to it. Shout out my mom. But anyways, this is literally consists of a few simple things and can literally be had for $50 or less. You're gonna need plywood, the fabric, couple door hinges, and craft staples. Basically, all you want to do is take your plywood, line it up in the respective places in the rear seat. And this kind of goes for any car. This doesn't have to be an E90. It technically could. The concept would basically be the same for any car. But put it in your back seat, and then take a pencil and basically kind of trace out what you would think would be a good cut or fit for said panel. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can eyeball it. It's wood. You can always tweak it. If you're really unsure, leave a little more than you would think just in case you want to go back and cut more off. You can always take more off. You can't add more on. But anyways, you can do that, then fit it into the car once you have it cut up. I used a bandsaw personally to cut it because my grandpa has one, so I had access to it for free. I'm sure one of your homies should have something, bandsaw, table saw, anything, some sort of cutting method that you could get this cut for free or next to nothing. That shouldn't be a barrier in making this. And then size it up, just put it into the rear seat, make sure it looks good, make sure everything looks great before you want to wrap it or anything. Once that's all good, basically you're just going to want to go to Joann's and buy your fabric of choice for it. If you do decide to do this, there's so many coupons online for that. It's basically like 30 or 50% off, whatever it is. It's super good coupons, so do make sure you do that if you're going to hit Joann's for some fabric. And then basically you're just going to make a sleeve for it. So basically have the fabric here, then lay the panel on, and then fold the other piece of fabric over it. So it's going to be a little sleeve. And then essentially you're going to pull all of the excess over to the back side. And then I literally just sat on it and used my knee to basically keep it pulled back while I went through with a little craft stapler. I think these are like 2mm staples because it's 1/4-inch thick wood, and they're perfect to go through the fabric and stick into the wood without piercing fully through the wood. And just go crazy with the staples. It looks a little weird because there's so many damn staples, but it's going to be on the back side facing the trunk. And if someone's nosing in your trunk, slap them. Shouldn't be in there anyways. And yeah, it should be pretty good just with those staples. Go crazy with them. Don't be shy. Same on the bottom side. And then you can put that into the rear seat. And then I just used a Sharpie, kind of laid the hinges on there and just kind of dotted where the holes were because you weren't going to see them anyways. You're going to drill through it. And then I took it back out, lined it up flush to where I thought it was going to look good. And then I just drilled the little screws that they provided with the hinges because they were actually pretty small and they worked perfect. So just drilled those in like that. And then, yeah, basically that's it. I wanted it to be foldable and super portable just to pick up like that. I mean, you got less than an inch thick, so it's really perfect. And you can just pop it back up like that. Because E90s, they don't come with folding seats. So this is another cool idea too. I thought if you have a big, a big spoiler or something, some long item or set of tires that you need to put in your trunk and then wouldn't normally fit without the seat being gone, you can just come up, drop it, and you'll have that full access straight through from the rear seat all the way to the trunk. Right now, I don't have any hinges made up for it, like I said, but it doesn't rattle around or anything. I haven't noticed any excess road noise or anything without all the sound deadening in it. I mean, it's gutted anyways, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I think it's been pretty great so far. And for $50 or less, I don't think you can beat it if you're going to have a gutted car. Definitely makes it look a little more aesthetically pleasing. And it beats like the $600 or $700 ones that I've seen online that I'm assuming are more or less the same look and same thing. And why not make it yourself? It's cooler anyways. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. Once I get that subframe out for the E90, I'll be able to get some more videos rolling on that. Just wanted to do a quick little DIY video on this for now. But other than that, hope you guys have a great one. Till the next video. Peace.